Times TV critic Judy Berman breaks down her top 5 new TV shows of January 2024.
My mother's addiction. Her leaving my father.
In the premiere of Boy Swallows Universe, Eli, who is growing up in a dusty Brisbane suburb in 1985, watches his loving stepdad Lyle, a factory worker who deals heroin on the side, try and fail to appease some intimidating thugs. His kind mother, Frances, struggles with addiction. Berman says Boy Swallows Universe is dark and gritty, and if you can't stand the sight of violence against children, it might not be for you. But what makes the whole thing work so effectively is the care with which Lyle and Frances's dangerous world is filtered through Eli's dreamy, alternately curious and terrified perspective, neither sanitizing the constant threats his family faces nor reducing his existence to a condescending sob story.
Bruce, our family is head of the Jade Dragons.
So we're like criminals.
Berman says The Brothers' Son is a tale of two halves of one nuclear family living oceans apart. In a modest Los Angeles home, Michelle Yeoh's canny matriarch Eileen dotes on her son Bruce, a dorky medical student. What she doesn't know is that he's been using her tuition checks to finance his true passion, improv. What he doesn't know is that his estranged father, known in the Taiwanese criminal demimonde as Big Son, runs a powerful triad, the Jade Dragons, and has groomed a brother Bruce hasn't seen since childhood, Charles, to be a deadly assassin. Years ago, the sons split up as a safety measure. Their mantra, protect the family.
You know, Hong Kong was supposed to be a fresh start for me.
A fresh start, really? At 24?
Berman calls Expats the first truly excellent series of 2024. She writes, "The farewell filmmaker Lulu Wang's stunning Amazon drama Expats, a 6-episode adaptation of Janice Y.K. Lee's novel The Expatriates, follows 3 women whose families become intertwined by tragedy. Each is an American living abroad in Hong Kong, and each seems to be approaching an emotional breaking point. What elevates this series beyond a potentially maudlin plot is the nuanced sense of connectedness Wang conjures, not just among central characters plucked from their home countries, but also between the expats and the diverse, teeming, politically precarious urban island they've chosen to inhabit." In her review of Feud, Berman writes, "Half a century ago, the Andy Cohen of the Upper East Side was Truman Capote, and the women whose world he insinuated himself into were A-list socialites. For 2 decades, Capote heard their confessions and dried their tears.
Only you can show us these women, Truman."
Then in 1975, he published a story in Esquire that exposed their deepest humiliations. FX's Feud, Capote vs. the Swans, the long-awaited second season of a Ryan Murphy anthology, traces the friendships and eventual schism. It's a messy rendering that at times reverts to cliché, but beneath the distracting artifice is a psychologically rich, wonderfully acted portrait of an artist torn between his work and the life that fueled it. As Berman writes of True Detective, grotesque murders, jaded yet obsessive cops, a vast, majestic, but terrifyingly extreme rural landscape, the suggestion of a malevolent occult or supernatural presence, dialogue that is both cryptically philosophical and profane. Yes, it's another season of HBO's True Detective, one that in many ways feels closer than ever before to the anthology's blockbuster debut. But this 4th installment, returning after a 5-year hiatus, is also a reinvention, a reawakening, maybe even a rejoinder to everything that preceded it.
The night country. It takes us one by one. This isn't gonna be good.
Subtitled Night Country and directed by the Mexican filmmaker Issa Lopez, who wrote or co-wrote every episode, Lopez's gorgeously realized story grounds its hard-boiled mystery in multidimensional characters, believably immerses viewers in a unique community, and makes a strong case for the continuation of the franchise.